Alright, here's Bruce Lee on the Sega Master System, which is a homebrew game. It's a port of an MSX title, which is also on the C64. Being on the Master System, it's been given a bit of a graphical overhaul by its creator, Kage-san, who you may have seen on the title screen just there. Just getting right into the gameplay. So the idea, for this part at least, is to collect all of the red lanterns which are on each of the screens here. You'll notice there's a couple of ninjas. They respawn very, very fast. But you can defeat them quite easily just by jump kicking them to the face several times. There's Kage, who is the stereotypical white ninja with the stick. He takes 2 hits to the face. And then Yamo, the slightly bigger guy, he'll take 3 hits. Now as you see here, I'm running around getting these lanterns. The key here is to unlock the hole on the second screen, which will allow me to proceed. You'll notice that sometimes I'm going to fight these enemies more times than I strictly need to. This is because that's what gets you the most points. And this is a Master System challenge, this is a score challenge, so obviously points win prizes. So there we are, I've collected all the lanterns now, and I can go down the hole to the next part. Now here, there's more lanterns, but not all of them need to be collected. So like there, I've missed a couple. By accident, of course. You'll notice that the stage hazards can kill the enemies, and I'm going to make use of that in several places. There we go, you see, it's not a one-hit death system. You can take several hits. You've got a life bar there in the top right corner. Although stage hazards like these bullets going from left to right will kill you in one hit, as will spikes and other traps. For this one, you've got to drop at just the right time. There we go. On this screen, there's some buttons on the floor. If you press them, an explosion will happen. This can kill the enemies. So you can use those strategically, or you can run into them yourself, like I've just done. That's my first death. There we go. Here it comes. Oh, yeah, the hitbox detection on this game, you can be completely in line with the enemy and not be able to hit them. There you go, just taking the time to take him out for more points. No enemies on this screen, so just some precision jumping here. First of the dreaded floor hazards. These are either throwing stars or an electric floor, I'm not quite sure which. They travel along the floor, and they are by far the most difficult thing to navigate in this game. Here we are, I'm just collecting the next 2 lanterns. And that'll open up the door. Oh no, that one will open up the door. See, this is slightly harder. The slightly faster moving spike floor. Up we go. This actually isn't too bad. It's just climbing up, grabbing the lanterns, and getting out of here. Down I go, and up again. Now this screen, the enemies can't actually climb this ladder. They can climb most other ladders, just not this one, it seems. I'm going to take the time and kill them a couple of times on this screen because, again, points. There we go. Got hit there because he moved with me. Yep, taking the time, giving a bit of a kicking, trying to avoid being hit by explosions. All in the day's work for Bruce Lee. Now there we go, we've circled back and we're back to the first screen, but now the door on the right will have opened. I do like the detail on the backgrounds of this game, the pig in the above the decoration. No ninjas on this one, just some trapdoors. Not too hard to navigate. Alright. Now in this section of the game, it's yet more corridors, more traps, more ninjas. There I'm taking advantage of the floor traps to get rid of them. Oh, that's unlucky. These ladders they will climb, although their pathfinding is not the greatest. They don't jump for one thing, so they have to either fall or take ladders to move around the stage, which you can take advantage of in order to lead them down certain paths or make them fall and avoid them. Although avoiding them is not the best strategy if you want lots of points. Sometimes it's just easier to bypass them, however. Right, this choice of next stages, I usually go for the leftmost one first. Once again, taking the time to kill the ninjas for the points. On this stage is the game's one and only extra life. You might have heard another extra life pop up at 40,000 points. That's score based, but this here is an extra life in itself. There we go. Floor traps get rid of the ninjas for me. But they respawn really quickly. You're going to respawn here as well. Yep. This next one's fairly plain sailing. It's a single room. Ninjas obviously, but just round in a circle. Use the traps to get rid of them. Well, he actually did kick me in the face there. That's the problem with Yamo. He's a kicky boy. He will try and kick you before you can kick him, so it's all about the timing. Right, on we go. Yet more identical hallways. Just kick him into... Oh, here we go. It's by far the most difficult and possibly the last challenging point in this game. And yeah, you've got to get the jumping patterns down. Otherwise, you can literally waste all of your lives on this one screen. No. Didn't quite get it there either. Here we go. Jump, jump. First one's easy. Second one, not so much. Yeah, just made it. And oh, no. You either have to know exactly where you're jumping or just be lucky enough to jump in the right places to avoid them. And it varies. Sometimes my runs end here, sometimes I navigate it without any problems. This is not one of those times. This is my last life now, so I've got to be, well, I say careful, but... Oh, oh. Yes. And down at the bottom, plain sailing from here. That's, yeah, like I said, probably the last properly challenging point in this game. You can see here my score's at 60,000 already, so this is going to be a fairly good score. Usually scores in around the 65,000 range are typical for a normal run, if you haven't killed that many ninjas, which, you know, I've done a few. I've gone out of my way to kill a few ninjas that I didn't have to, but not too many. This part's fairly easy, you just have to avoid the very slow moving projectiles going from left to right. You've got to time your climbing right so that they don't intersect you. And one more electric floor. And another climbing. Across we go. Oh, this part's a bit stitched together. I'm playing on Xbox One, and the inbuilt game video capture doesn't let you capture more than 10 minutes at a time, so I had to stitch that part together. Here we go, the final boss, which is pretty much a joke. I think he was in the original game as well, just to collect that button to kill him. And then on to massive piles of gold. Bruce Lee is very happy. He's got all the money. I've got 70,000 points. I'm also very happy. That's a decent run. But I reckon, I mean, since the ninjas continuously respawn, you can literally stay on the same screen, kill them over and over, stay there as long as you want. I don't think we've seen anyone max out the score counter yet. I don't know if we will, if anyone's going to be that dedicated. But no, 70,000. I'm happy with that. So yeah, that was Bruce Lee. I had fun with this challenge. It's nice to feature some homebrew on the Master System Challenge.